Let's say, hypothetically speaking, the HIV accident wasn't my choice. Let's say there's a sadistic persecutor who did that to me. Let's say it was my parents. Let's say it was my mother. Let's say there was a persecutor. Well, it made me feel defective and damaged. It was like there was a bukkake of 75 men torturing me. It made me feel HIV positive. It was like there was a bukkake of 75 men torturing me. It made me feel HIV positive. So if my mother did that to me, the only appropriate punishment I can think of, I can't think of any other, would be for her to do a 75-man bukkake. Because, I felt pristine. I felt wholesome. I felt clean. I felt innocent. And then after I stepped on that debris, it was like I did a metaphorical 75-man bukkake. So the only appropriate apology I can think of for my mother would be for her to do a 75-man bukkake too. It was like there was a bukkake of 75 men torturing me. It made me feel HIV positive. It was like there was a bukkake of 75 men torturing me. It made me feel HIV positive. So to atone for her sins, as an apology, my mother needs to do a bukkake. But nobody would be forcing her to do this. She would be voluntarily doing this bukkake. She'd be voluntarily doing this spicy content to say she's sorry. It would be her choice. It would be her way of atoning for her sins and apologizing. Because I felt pristine. I felt wholesome. I felt almost like a virgin. And after the HIV scare, I felt metaphorically HIV positive. It was like there was a bukkake of 75 men torturing me. It made me feel HIV positive. So, the only logical solution I can think of is for my mother to get used by 75 men. That's the only apology she could do. Because that's what it felt like to me. It felt like I was used and tortured by 75 men.